What's going on YouTube? We're out picking up arcade machines again today. I remembered my lavalier mic or lapel mic, whatever you want to call it, so that you can hopefully hear me a little better today. Boy, I really need to shave. I'm behind a little bit on that. So we're out picking up a couple of machines down in Kansas today. I hate driving in Kansas, by the way. It's almost as bad, if not worse, than driving through nothing but cornfields. Um, we're picking up two machines. One's about 2.5 hours south of me in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. It's a Miss Pac-Man, and she's rough, but she's got a fair price. Not a great price, but a fair price. Um, the only reason I'm making the trip for it, to be honest, is to make the connection with the person selling it. Um, it sounds like he's got a couple of different buildings full of machines. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got, getting to know him, making a deal, breaking the ice, that sort of thing. And then hopefully I can get in and get some bigger and better deals a little later. He did say, if I pick up more than one machine, he'd cut me a little bit more break and whatever. I am prepared to get a second machine today from him if there's something there that strikes my interest and we can work a deal. But then I'm going to head a couple hours west into even further nowhere, Kansas, and I'm picking up a track and field. Track and field is also a little rough, but the price was really good on it. And the pictures aren't great, so I really don't even know how rough it is. But I suppose we'll see. It looked to be solid. It looked like the monitor was working. The game was playing. So, yeah, we'll have to kind of see what we get there. Hopefully it's a decent cabinet. I know that the monitor shroud on that is missing, and those are formed or shaped. But there is a guy on KLOV.com that makes them. I could probably do it myself, but why spend the time trying to do it 17 different times before I get something that I'm halfway happy with? I'll just pay this guy to make it. And he did the pole position shroud for me, and it was really nice. So got Sebastian riding around with today. Sebastian, say hi. Say hi to YouTube. Yeah, he's quiet now. He's been whimpering and whining most of the way. But yeah, so we're gonna head down here and see what we get. And like I said, we're gonna do the meet and greet and make that connection. Hopefully, it's not just a wasted trip. All right, so a quick view of my scenery today. Or at least at the moment. It changes pretty quick and quite a bit, quite often in this part of the country. But this is what we have for now. At least we've got some rolling hills, a few trees, nothing major. No mountains or anything, no bluffs, but at least we got hills. Driving through Nebraska, it's all just flat ground and you can see for miles. That's not necessarily the case here. There's areas, but it's not too bad. All right, well, my next turn's coming up, so keep watching, and I'll be back. So I'm going down a gravel road now, middle of Kansas, nowhere, with, or it goes right through what looks to be a windmill farm. Let's see if we can get you a good look up here, top of this hill at one of these things. There's just windmills as far as I can see. And I just washed the truck, so love the surprise gravel road. I wasn't expecting it. All right, gotta get the game. Okay, got Miss Pac-Man loaded up. Did a walk around. He did have a couple of buildings full. Didn't really feel like his prices were anywhere in line with what I was willing to pay for much of anything. He did have a couple of machines that interested me, that are on my wish list, but again, the prices didn't really, they didn't really resonate with me, and he wasn't selling a lot of things that I saw that I actually wanted. Go figure, right? But I did get the Miss Pac-Man, and I also picked up a Super Chase. Super Chase is part of the Chase HQ lineup. It was released in 1992. After it's the sequel to the SCI, which I have in the basement right now. This cabinet looks to be in really good shape. The art is sun faded on one side, but pretty good on the other. The only issue with replacing the art that I see is it's that foil print. So it's like an aluminum foil reflective print artwork, kind of like what's on Lethal Enforcers. I don't know of anybody that makes that type of print. If you guys do, let me know in the comments, and I'd be sure to look at it and give it some thought. But the art is there. It's just sun faded. It doesn't look, it doesn't look good, but it's not all scratched up, ripped, torn, missing, anything like that. The game plays well. It has an excellent picture on it. I'm glad I got it. It'll be a nice addition. I like having the driving games. I like the games with unique controls. Driving games, motorcycle games, handlebar games, yoke games, those types of things. I think an arcade with just joysticks and buttons is kind of boring. Even though when you go into a lot of the arcades, I've noticed anymore, they tend to stay away from the gun games and the driving games. I don't quite get it. It's the gun games, maybe a little bit I can understand, because those monitors can be tricky. The tubes are getting tired. If they're not bright enough, the guns don't react to the screen. It's just a little more challenging. So the gun games kind of I get, but there's still a lot of gun games that are positional that don't require the monitor. The XY guns. So yeah, I don't know. But anyways, now I'm off to get track and field. It's a couple hours west of where I was. I think it's like 2.5 hours. Out in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. Need to stop and get at a Walmart and probably get a new strap, a new ratchet strap. I noticed when I was putting it on the trailer, it's got a tear in it. I could probably cut it and knot it together to get by, but I need one. So if I see a Walmart or a Harbor Freight, I'm going to stop. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep pushing, and we'll be there before you know it. Somebody was unhappy in the back seat. He wiggled his way up here. I don't know how he could be comfortable. That seat is too small for his big body to be laying down, but that's where he wanted to be. Sebastian, are you comfortable? Would you rather be in the back seat? No? All right. So before I left this morning, I filled up and gas was $3.79, and I thought to myself, I'm going to probably have to cut my radius that I search for machines down a little bit. I try to stay within a couple 100 miles until the gas prices come down, because they're getting up there. And I'm thinking to myself, this isn't horrible, but they are getting up there. Well, I just stopped and refilled. Well, I didn't even refill. Because I'm hoping to find it cheaper. $4.59. I was in Kansas. I don't remember what the name of the town was. Small town. But $4.59. Yeah, at $4.59, we definitely are cutting the radius back. So I'm waiting to see if I can find it a little bit cheaper somewhere else. Maybe that was just an off deal. But yeah, we'll have to see. Out here in the middle of nowhere, you're kind of captive, and they know they can charge more, I guess. But yeah, the fuel prices are definitely climbing. Hopefully, we can get that under control soon, Mr. President. I don't want to get political here, but they are starting to get steep. Why don't you guys tell me in the comments what your state is and what you're paying for gas right now? So I'm driving through Plainville, Kansas. That's the name of the city. And yes, I did just find fuel for $3.99 here. So the $4.59 I must have paid back there is probably just a small town convenience fee. Let's call it that. Highway robbery would be another term. But yeah, I'm driving through Plainville, Kansas. Pretty interesting. I also drove through another town earlier. It was the birthplace of Russell Stovers. The chocolate guy, the candy guy. I didn't realize he was born in Kansas. Plainville. I wonder if that's where Dorothy's from in The Wizard of Oz. She's from Plainville, Kansas. Wouldn't that be funny? I don't know. I'm going to have to Google that one, or maybe you guys can let me know. Another small town I drove through today was Fairbury, Nebraska. Fairbury, Nebraska is the home of the Fairbury hot dog. If you guys haven't had a Fairbury hot dog, let me tell you, they are delicious. And they're red. They're like bright red in color. But they are really good hot dogs. So you'll have to see if you can find them in your store. Maybe not. I know they're in Nebraska. They're big. They're everywhere. Everybody carries them. And they are a really good hot dog. I would put them right up there with the Nathans. And Nathans are pretty good. So, well, we're just going to keep on trucking here, leaving Plainville behind. Well, track and field is loaded. I think it's got some issues. It's got I'm hoping it's a power supply issue, a power issue. When you boot the game up, you kind of get a garbage screen. If you try and power cycle it 2 or 3 times, it'll boot up. One time it booted up, and played for a little bit and then went to garbage. If it's not a power issue, I'm hoping it's a connection issue, maybe a loose chip on the board, something I can reseat the chips on, or maybe just a loose connection at the board. I'm not sure. But the price was right, so I got it. Oh, excuse me. It's been a long day. Started out at 7 o'clock this morning. It's now almost 3:30, so we're a little over 8 hours. I got about 2.5 hours till I get home. Need to stop somewhere for some fuel. And when I do, I'll show you the trailer. And then when I get them unloaded, we'll go through them. Okay, we're home. We're unloaded. Kind of just doing a little bit of rough overview on these. They got a little dirty on the way home. It did rain a little bit, but so track and field. It looks off the ground, so I'm guessing there's levelers on it, but I'll take a look and make sure they're in good shape. I'll replace that control panel overlay, and I'll probably get a piece of plexi cut for it. The monitor needs to have a shroud, so I'll get that made for it. As far as the black, I think I'm going to get rid of the black and take it back to its original blue and white. However, I am thinking that maybe on the inside here, I might leave it black. It would be a little bit, different. It's not necessarily going to be original, but I don't know. We'll see how the painting goes. The marquee does not light up very well, so that's going to need probably just a new bulb. Also, it's kind of loose, so I got to see what's going on here and brace it up somehow. I don't know what's going on there. Buttons all seem to work and feel good. I'm going to leave them alone. They're not real grody. I think I have some spare white ones. I might throw some white ones on there just because new white buttons stand out and look great. Obviously, I'll put a lock on it. I think that's about it. Oh, and everything in my lineup, I'm looking at them as I'm plugging them in tonight, and everything but House of the Dead needs the cord end replaced because somebody's busted off the ground. Okay, so Super Chase, I think I'm just gonna leave it basically alone. I'll clean it up. That base there drives me nuts. That's awful dirty. A little soap and water will do wonders. I've got some silver paint. I might hit that pedal. Coin doors look pretty good. Just need some locks and some lights in them. I think I'll light those coin doors up and make that look good. The side art, I'm going to leave it alone for now. You know, it is awful faded on this one side, but this side looks good. I'll just have to be mindful of where it sits when it gets put out. Control panel, I don't know. I might just try a little bleach cleaner on it, see what happens. I don't really want to take the magic eraser to it if I don't have to, but I might need to right in there. A little bit around the button here. That button should probably light up, so I'll have to look at that. And then the third one we picked up today, Ms. Pac-Man. It appears to have gone into collapse. So, I need to light up the marquee. This piece of glass is going to have to be changed, or the bezel, because that looks horrible. Control panel overlay will clean up. It's in good shape. It's got a little bit of a nick right here, but nothing that I'm too worried about. The control deck itself looks pretty good. I don't see any paint peeling off of it anywhere, so we'll try and just clean that up. It's going to get some fresh flat black inside for sure. I think it's grody. And then it looks like somebody's touched up the black at one time already and kind of did a shitty job too. So we'll see how that works out. Wonder if that wasn't blue inside originally. Kind of looks like it could have been. I'll have to look at some pictures. I'll sand it all down. We'll repair the woodwork where it needs to be. Clean up or replace this rubber kick plate down here. And then we're going to apply vinyl. New T-molding. Oh, and I'll probably do T-molding on the track and field as well. I think it was already done on Super Chase. So, and those buttons are grody on this one, so we'll definitely, yeah, we're definitely going to get rid of them. They're yellow. So yeah, we'll get some new clean buttons. The joystick is in good shape. It'll clean up nice. And it worked good when it was working. Coin door. I think, you know, I can clean it up and it'll look okay. Maybe a little bit of paint. Do something about the rusty coin returns. See what I can do with those. Probably light those up. But yeah, so that's today's pickup in the project line. This picture looks really good. I don't know if you guys can see here. Yeah, it's filming okay. This picture looks really good. It might need some adjustment. It might be a little bit big. It needs to be shrunk down a little bit. I see it's kind of cutting it off up at the top. Or maybe it's just position because I've got a gap down here. Yeah, the color looks great in it. Everything's crisp and clear. Track and field probably needs a recap. It definitely needs some adjustment. I'm betting that monitor probably needs cleaned. Yeah, should work out good. Other projects I've got. So, House of the Dead. It's going to get new T-molding. It's going to get a fresh two-tone paint job. And get rid of this horrible black paint job that they've done on here. I don't know if you guys can see it in the dark here. It's bad. It's part rattle can, part roller. And then somebody's dropped the cabinet at one time and there's screws all over throughout. So those screws, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them, but I'm going to countersink them and then fill the holes with, or cover them with some wood filler or Bondo. Obviously new locks. I'll check the levelers. I always check the levelers on everything. And they're, I don't think I'm going to do anything with the control panel. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look bad. I'm going to take it off and clean it. It's kind of spider webbing here. The way it was made, it actually curls and tucks underneath the nose of the deck. And I kind of like that, especially with this vinyl. Kind of gives it a little extra protection. So, I don't think my plastic guy can bend that like that. So, I don't know. I'll have to ask him, but I'll probably just keep that the way it is. I'll just take it off, clean underneath it, get rid of the screw on both sides, and put bolts in like they're supposed to be. And as long as I've got those out to clean that, I'll probably touch them up with some paint. I got a real nice blood red T-molding for it. Kind of like what's on it, I think. Kind of like what's on it. Marquee is filthy. That's about all that's going to get. I don't think I need to put a lot into it. I do need to make some adjustments. I've noticed on the far left side of the screen, it's not picking up my red gun. So either the screen's just not quite bright enough. It's close, but just not quite there. Or the red gun needs to be cleaned. Blue gun works great, both sides of the screen. So, rush in, attack. It's going to definitely get a paint job. We're going to have to fix this mess here. I'll probably just pull both of those bolts out from where somebody had a security bar across. I'm going to probably pull both of those out and just do a little woodwork on it, a little Bondo. I got a bolt here, but none here, so I'll have to look at that. I'll make sure everything's bolted down tight. I'm going to pull the plexi off, and I'll clean this up. This will clean up nice with Magic Eraser. I'll get rid of these orange buttons. I've got some player 1, player 2 buttons I'm going to put on it. And then I don't know what I want to do for button colors. I don't know if I want to leave it black and white or not. I thought about going black and red. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments, guys. The monitor on this will probably need recapped. If you look, see how it's kind of curving in a little bit. I thought about just putting an LCD in it. I really think I'd like to have this one down in the basement anyways. But we're going to go with it again. We're going to paint this, put a nice oil base on it. I ordered a new coin door for this one. I'm going to use these parts, what's left of them, on the other 4 that I have with this type of coin door, this Midway coin door. So, yeah, we've got a new coin door for it, and it should look good. Galaxian, it's got a good monitor, it's got a good picture, it needs cleaned up. It needs, I'll probably touch up the black paint inside. The side art, I'm just going to clean the sides really good, guys. They look good. They just, I mean, they got some wear. They've got some character to them. But they look good. It's just covered in 40 year, 50 year, 45 year dirt and nicotine. The buttons don't look too bad. We'll see about those. The joystick is in good shape on this one. Magic eraser on the control panel. And then we'll sand this down and hit it with some paint. I've got some nice appliance paint I'm going to use on it. The coin door on this is gray. I don't like it. I think I'm going to paint it black. I've got some nice hammered spray paint. And then I'll fix the wood. I see it, I got a dent there or whatever, a hole. I'll fix that, and I'm getting new front art because that is bad. So that'll be Galaxian. And I think I ordered T-molding for it too. Now that I think about it, I ordered a bunch of different T-molding. So Pac-Man, Miss Pac, we've already talked about. This Pac-Man, guys, you could tell in this video, that is not yellow. Somebody has painted this thing peach, and then they put this white T-molding on. At some point, it was converted to a Pac-Man Plus. When they painted it peach, they put this art on, and I can't find it anywhere. It's die cut. I really liked it, but I can't find it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the cabinet back to yellow. I'm going to get it a nice smooth surface. If you look real close, I don't know if it'll pick up on the camera. It's textured, probably from rolling it. That'll happen if you use a cheap roller. You got to use like a mohair or a really good foam roller to avoid that. But so I'll paint it back to yellow, and then I'm going to apply vinyl. I thought about getting the stencils and spraying it, and man, that's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time to accomplish that because you got to let it dry in between coats and each color, and it's just it's a lot. I'm not that much into this. I don't really want to spend weeks getting it right. It does have a 96-in-1 board in it that I'm going to remove. I have a brand new, well, not brand new, but a recently serviced board that's going to go in here for Pac-Man. And this joystick, I don't know what's going on here. There's something grody got on it, ate it up, ate the finish. It doesn't come off. So I've got a new joystick, unfortunately. Oh, and the cord needs replaced, or the end. Let's see. New marquee, of course. We're going to make the Pac-Man look pretty good. Even though it's vinyl, it's going to look good. New T-molding, the correct orange color. And then last of all, I have this Galaga to get done this summer. Now, somebody before me has dropped this thing, and they did a number on it. And it was so bad that before I continued moving it, I wanted to secure it. So that's what's up with the yellow strap. I think I can get it all back together and solid again. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some bracing inside. And then I've got new art coming for it. Again, I'm going to just do full vinyl on it. It's got a lot of blemishes. This side's not nearly as bad as the other side. It will take a lot to make the wood right again. And then how do you get it to be this shiny of the melamine, you know, after you start sanding on it and stuff and filling the gaps? So yeah, I'm just gonna cover it with vinyl. Replace this blue button here. The monitor in it did look good. The board, I think, has an issue. So I'm going to install, before I send the board out for repair, I am going to install a new switching power supply because power supply can't create issues with these. The control deck is going to need to come off, and it's pretty ate up. So all that art will come off of there. I'm going to put a new overlay on it after I get it all cleaned up and a nice smooth surface, fresh paint on it. I don't think I'll take that in for powder coating. I have not done that yet with anything, and I just don't think it's necessary. You clean it up, you sand it down, you get it nice and smooth, and you put a nice smooth finish on it. It'll hold the art, and that's all that really matters, and it'll stop rusting. Coin door, I'll fix that up, clean it up. This does not have art on the front of it, but the art kit I ordered does. So I don't know if it got peeled off or what. You know, maybe it was looking rough and they took it off at one time. But yeah, so it'll get a lot of paint and it's going to get some new art. So that is today's pickups and the current lineup of projects. I got 4 of these early 80 Midway cabinets to do. And this is technically a Midway cabinet. I just don't know what it was originally. It's been converted for Russian attack. But yeah, so 4 of these. That should help make things go a little bit more easily. Because what you run into one, you're probably going to run into with all of them. Kind of thing. Chase HQ doesn't need much. Russian attack won't take very long at all. It's paint and the monitor. Track and field won't take much at all. House of the Dead won't take much at all. It's a lot of paint. A lot of paint and a lot of cleaning. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully this keeps me busy for a while. There is an auction tomorrow that a live auction. I am thinking about going to it. I don't know. I've got enough projects here to keep me busy for a little while. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. You'll have to check back and see if I go. Well, hey, thanks for watching. If you guys want to see me go through the process with all of these, or you like watching these videos and picking them up, we can talk about good deals or whatever, what I think is a good deal. Make sure you do the YouTube stuff, the likes, the subscribe. Or, you know, don't, but come back and watch the videos. All right, well, have a good night, and we'll see you in the next one.